Welcome to Psych with Sigmund, where we delve into the fascinating world of psychology and explore the lives of its most influential figures. Today, we're going to talk about Gordon Allport, a pioneer in the field of personality psychology. Gordon Allport was born on November 11, 1897, in Montezuma, Indiana. His early life was marked by a strong sense of curiosity and a desire to understand human nature. As a young boy, he would often ask his parents and siblings about their thoughts, feelings, and motivations, laying the groundwork for his future career as a psychologist. Allport's family moved to Ohio when he was a child, and he spent most of his formative years in Cleveland. He developed a strong interest in social issues, particularly racism and inequality, which would later influence his work on prejudice and discrimination. Allport's educational journey began at Harvard University, where he earned his undergraduate degree in economics and philosophy. However, it was during his time at Harvard that he became increasingly fascinated with psychology, particularly the works of William James and Sigmund Freud. He went on to earn his PhD in psychology from Harvard in 1922, and soon after, he began teaching at Dartmouth College. One of the most significant influences on Allport's thinking was his time spent traveling abroad. In 1920, he traveled to Turkey, where he taught English at Robert College in Istanbul. This experience exposed him to different cultures and ways of life, broadening his perspective on human behavior and personality. He also met his future wife, Ada Gould, during this period, and they were married in 1923. His work focused primarily on the study of personality, which he defined as the dynamic organization of the individual's psychophysical systems that determines his unique adjustments to the environment. He believed that personality was not just a collection of traits, but rather a complex system that influences how we interact with the world around us. Allport's most famous theory is the concept of functional autonomy, which suggests that our behaviors and motivations are often driven by internal factors, such as personal values and interests, rather than external rewards or punishments. He also developed the idea of the proprium, which refers to the aspects of personality that are unique to each individual, such as their sense of self and identity. One of Allport's most notable research studies was his work on prejudice and discrimination. In his book, The Nature of Prejudice, published in 1954, he explored the psychological roots of prejudice and developed a theory of prejudice reduction. He argued that interpersonal contact between different groups could help reduce prejudice by increasing empathy and understanding. Allport's legacy extends far beyond his research and theories. He was a pioneer in the field of personality psychology, and his work paved the way for future researchers like Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. His emphasis on the importance of individual differences and the need to understand human behavior and context has had a lasting impact on the field. So, how can we apply Allport's ideas to our everyday lives? For one thing, his work reminds us that our personalities are not fixed entities, but rather dynamic systems that can change and evolve over time. Additionally, Allport's research on prejudice and discrimination encourages us to approach others with empathy and understanding, recognizing that their behaviors and attitudes are often shaped by complex psychological factors. As Allport once said, the healthy personality is not one that has escaped conflicts, but one that has learned to live with them. This quote reminds us that personal growth and development are not about avoiding challenges or conflicts, but rather about learning to navigate them in a way that promotes greater self-awareness, empathy, and understanding. If you enjoyed learning about Gordon Allport, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.